in 2013, DC took the stage at San Diego Comic-Con to announce that the sequel to Man of Steel would introduce the DCEU Batman and have them fight it out in 2016. Now, I don't need to explain the highs and lows of that decision, as at the end of the day, the DCU died no matter whose fault it was. But now in 2025, we have been introduced to our new Superman and the new DCU. Now we can finally get a Superman sequel like we should have all those years ago. History really does repeat itself, doesn't it? Before we start, let me just say that the film won't be Batman vs. Superman. That is not my pitch, as I don't see Gunn trying to repeat Snyder's plan. But you have to admit, it is funny that we still can't get a Superman direct sequel. Brandon Routh didn't get one, neither did Henry Cavill. This means we have many options as to what the film could be. In my opinion, there are merely 3 options, with the third being my true pitch as to what Superman 2 will be.
Bruce Wayne. You peaked. I won't have vigilantism in my town.
The main rumor as to what this film could be is World's Finest. Gunn has already teased that he wants a World's Finest film someday. I would love World's Finest, don't get me wrong, but I think it's too close to BVS. You need to do World's Finest once Batman has had a solo film, and in my opinion, Superman has had a sequel. Thankfully, this rumor has been pretty much shut down. Does that mean it's impossible? No, it could still happen, but the likelihood has gone from a 95% to a 25% if you want to be optimistic. But we still have 2 more options as to what it could be, and they both really excite me a lot.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
A Trinity movie from the start could be interesting. It would need to happen after the first Batman and Wonder Woman films. And I have some evidence to explain why this is my number 2 pick. Because if it is Trinity, it would explain why a Wonder Woman film has been fast-tracked at DC Studios. Would this be too similar to BVS? I do think so, but if we've had the full Trinity introduced separately before we do this film, I think enough time will have passed. Now, would this just feel like Iron Man 2 and Batman vs. Superman, forcing the setup for the team-up on an extreme level to the point that it covers up the main story of the film? Well, it depends on who helms the project. It is a very difficult balance to strike, but I do think it can be done and could end with them bringing together the Justice League, creating a network of heroes all around the globe so that they may help each other while protecting the world. This way, in the Justice League film, we already have the members recruited, and this way they don't just form out of necessity halfway through the film. While this format has worked for so long, in Avengers, they form out of necessity because Loki is here. In Zack Snyder's Justice League, they form out of necessity because Steppenwolf is here. In this film, you have the Trinity. They fight together. The Trinity comes together of necessity. But in the end, they realize there could be more threats like this. We need a network to keep every hero on alert. And they call it the Justice League. I wouldn't have a montage like BVS showing different heroes they would recruit. I would do that at the start of the Justice League film. Or just have them recruited. Have them introduced. And focus on the team dynamics, like I've said. But as much as this sounds neat to me, it is not what I want the most. The next pick is what I believe is not only the best choice, but the most likely one.
Does this ever get old?
If it does, I will let you know.
James Gunn never said that it isn't Superman 2. He said it isn't exactly Superman 2. I believe because it is also Supergirl 2. Superman, Children of Krypton would bring the last children of Krypton together to fight the incoming threat of Brainiac. This film would help bring the cousins together and connect on a deeper level through Clark helping Kara deal with her PTSD from seeing the armies of you-know-who, Brainiac, invade Earth as they did Krypton. You heard me right, I would make Brainiac the reason Krypton is destroyed. But in order to be able to bring Brainiac back in the future for a Justice League film, you make this a Silver Age, non-robotic, older Brainiac that in the start of his experiments, either by accident or on purpose, destroyed Krypton and has the last remaining Kryptonians in his collection. Now, not only would I have Clark help Kara with her PTSD, I would have Clark enraged at Brainiac and needing to be calmed down by Kara after discovering Brainiac forged the message from his parents. This is a retcon that, while not necessary, could give connections to both Clark and Kara. Brainiac sent the forged message so that Superman could annihilate any metahumans, protecting the Earth, so that Brainiac could then add to his collection easier than ever by then wiping out all Kryptonians with his kryptonite. But you may ask, if he has this much kryptonite, how can Superman and Supergirl win? Like, wouldn't it really be impossible to win at this point? Well, I would also introduce Martian Manhunter as a survivor of one of Brainiac's attacks, warning Superman of his arrival and helping in the fight against him. By the end, Brainiac would die, and it would be revealed that he passed his consciousness to a robotic body at his mothership, giving us a much more modern and iconic Brainiac for a future Justice League film. Basically, MCU, you decided not to bring back Ultron quicker in a different body? Well, guess what? DC's gonna do it first. Now that I've pitched you the Superman sequels that I would like to see, if not just an actual Superman 2, even though I think my Superman and Supergirl idea I prefer, I'd like to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you agree with my takes, or do you disagree and have your own ideas for what Superman 2 could be? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. May the Force be with you and the power protect you. See you next time.